Hi, it's me, Brendan Small from Death Clock Metalocalypse, and you're watching with Jon Russell. Hi, hello, I'm Brendan Small from Death Clock and the television program Metalocalypse, and you're watching Music and Mayhem with your host, Jon Russell.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. We have this month's Facebook winner, Arturo Alvarado, with us this evening. And over to my right, if I can get the cameraman to pan, and can I, see there's David Sullivan from the Bad Brand Fang, who we'll be doing an interview with a little bit later.
Yeah, stay tuned with Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. Hell yeah.
welcome back. You're watching Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. We're getting ready to jump to an interview with Insane Poetry.
Insane poetry.
Insane poetry.
Like the Three Stooges. Hey, this is Gypsy here with the one and only Insane Poetries. So good to have you on Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. And we really appreciate your time, and you're headlining a show tonight for WZW.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, big shout out to Warzone Wrestling. You know, the promotions brought me out here. You know, for the tour. It was originally the Legends of the Fall tour. It turned out to be where it's just me promoing for my Best of Insane Poetry release in December, actually. So
right. So you have a new release coming out in December. What's the name of it?
It's called The Best of Insane Poetry. 20 years of madness. Yeah, 20 years of madness. It's been 20 plus years doing it. It's been great. You know, it's been great. Been having fun with it lately, especially lately.
So right now your tour is basically to widen your fan base and get more people touching base with your hardcore fans and making some new fans at the same time.
Exactly. It's all spontaneous when you go to shows, especially whatever energy you bring is, you know, if you have great energy, if people don't know who you are, they're going to want to know in that time because you've caught their attention. And so a lot of times I'm servicing fans, but I'm creating new ones at the same time. So it's all good. It's all relative. Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's very cool. We can't wait to see you play.
It's my first time in Tucson, so I'm really excited about it.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully it won't be your last time in Tucson, either.
No. We're planning on doing more, especially a lot more.
Good. So for the new fan, how would you best describe your music?
I would say it's a dash of Edgar Allan Poe. It's funny that I use that word Holloman. My last name is Holloman. I feel like my writing abilities are in a way, if I was to describe any poet, the closest thing I would describe on how I write would be in that dark imagery. And I just paint it differently, you know.
Right.
I could say the same thing that everybody else is saying, I just say it different than they do. So I would say really dark, aggressive hip-hop.
Very cool. Very cool. So who were your influences that, when it all started for you?
It's funny because as far as music, for me, I've always heard music, you know, as a kid. Parents play music all the time, stuff like that, just all kind of different music. And I grew up in as far as my thought process was really artsy. So I wasn't, you know, I have a lot of West Coast influence in a music choice, but I could turn around and flip an East Coast beat back, you know, because some of my favorite artists is Redman. So I mean, obviously that says I like a lot of East Coast stuff too. So I grew up in a different era and time, so I was able to see, never blow up, but always watch things from how it went from analog to digital, and how the game has actually changed for people right now. For young artists out there trying to do it, it's definitely a grind. You got to do what we're doing here. You got to do the interviews. You got to shake hands, kiss babies, and you got to get out there and touch people. That's your, you know, you can't live behind the computer. You have to get out and touch people.
Exactly.
So that's the 3D effect. You know, you hit people up online, keep in contact, you go do shows. And you know, you brand yourself, and I think that's what's going to make you stand out in this time now.
Excellent. Very cool, dude. It was, you know, it's a hell of a pleasure to meet you, and I can't wait to see your show tonight.
I'm excited.
So, if people wanted to go online and learn more about you, where can they find you?
Oh, basically, you could go to any of the social media, of course. You can Twitter me, Insane Poetry, anything Insane Poetry, YouTube, Wikipedia. If you really Google search, and Wikipedia is probably your best tool to figure out what I've done. I'm on Facebook. I've gotten a plethora of pages on Google, and a lot of things. Google MTV, Pandora, Last FM, anything you can think of. I was fortunate enough to put a record out and have national distribution, and so we're able to get into certain things. There's a lot of artists that don't have distribution. They can't get on. They're like fighting to get these kind of make these kind of moves and stuff like that. So I was fortunate enough to have that. So a lot of different times I have people that are new fans hit me up or discover me on Facebook or whatever. Reverb Nation, definitely check out Reverb Nation. Insane Poetry. Basically, it just seems like every time I drop something new, I build a newer, better fan base. Hell, I didn't even know I was selling records in Japan until about 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of crazy. We just put a record out for a catalog, and it happened to be my second biggest selling record, period. Japan picked up on it like crazy. I'm like, wow.
Well,
that's a record I did 10 years ago.
Japan and Euro starting to follow. Do you ever want to maybe do a Euro Japan tour?
Well, with the right economic situation, it would be good to do Europe. Europe has, the fan base in Europe is not such a ADHD or, they don't have attention deficit like American people. I mean, I'm from America, I'm not gonna lie. It really takes you a lot to keep my attention, nowadays with music, because music, for one, is so easily accessible, and two, so many people can do it that the people that shouldn't do it are doing it.
Right.
So it means an influx of so many people who potentially should have been buyers that are now trying to be sellers, which cut down on the having enough good product out there. So you gotta weed through the bad product. Then the hardest thing is now to get people is to listen to your music. That used to be easy. That's the hard thing. Now, how do you sell it? This is the digital era. Everybody can get it for free.
Exactly.
What else do you offer? And so what I do with my fans, I don't go. When I first came out, I sold about 75,000 records. And if I was to do that in this day and time, in this age, that many, I would be on a major label. They'd be all knocking on my door.
Yeah.
How do you sell that many records and stuff like that?
So do you think free downloads has really hurt the business overall?
Of course, it hurt the business of it, but it made artists have to work harder to be just not rappers.
Right.
If you go into the game to be a rapper, you should do it. Be a hobby. Don't do it 9 to 5. Do it as a hobby. Make people, make some music. Do it for that. Because if you're not doing it to brand yourself or to do it as a business, or because you are a business, you don't look at yourself as a business or your commodity or your product as a business. Nobody else is going to take you seriously. They're not going to invest into your product. Or do you want AIM or do you want COVID? Well, if I got Pepsi's trying to put money behind me, I'm going to definitely make sure that they have a product that they can push. They already have a name, a label. But unfortunately, I don't have all that revenue behind me, so I just got my get it in, always old school, rock the mic type shit. I'm from a different cloth. I'm cut from, I don't hold my nuts and all that shit on stage. I come and just kill shit.
That's cool.
I burn shit down. That's what I do.
Awesome, dude. We can't wait to see it.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Is there anything you want to add? Say a shout out to your Arizona new fans?
Oh no, definitely shout out Tucson. I mean,
WC Dub.
Yeah, definitely WC Dub. The people who brought me out, my man Hans, the whole squad that brought me out. I have to give much love, much shout out. It's your man Insane Poetry. You should catch me down at DV8. Plus, also too, be on the lookout for the new album. It's the best of Insane Poetry. We're dropping that in December. Basically, it's a culmination of all the music I've done in the past 20 years. There's nothing but bangers on it. There's like 21 official bangers and like 3 new joints. It's probably the best work I've done put together. It sounds like a combination, but a compilation, but when you hear it back as a whole, it's a really dope album. I'm really proud of the record. It let me know that, wow, damn, 20 years, and it sounds like this mix mastered really good, really sonically good to the ear. So really ready to push that, man. So I'm really excited to be. And look, Tucson is hot. It's hot out here, but it's hot. It's just the whole vibe is hot. I'm getting used to. I'm getting plugged into the whole wrestling situation and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about how everything's gonna go down tonight. Really.
It'll be excellent. We want to thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Insane Poetry.
Hello.
We're going to go ahead and jump to another music video with a band I personally like called Hardbanger.
From France.
She Says is the song.
She Says is the song. Here we go.
Check it out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. We're here with Mike Martin from All the Remains. How you doing today, Mike?
Fantastic. Enjoying the weather.
Right on, yeah, it's actually feeling pretty good in Phoenix, Arizona. Here at the Marquee tonight. I have a couple questions for you. How's this tour going for you so far?
So far, so good. After we waited out that hurricane, it's been smooth. Well, for us at least, not so much for Machine Head, but they've had some more bumps in the road than we've had. But yeah, after the bad weather and stuff, everything's been running smoothly. Really good.
Did you have to reconfigure the dates?
Yeah, there's like 3 shows that got moved from the beginning of the tour to the end, so we'll make them up.
Right on.
Cool, man. Well, it looks like you guys had like over a million on iTunes. Is that true, or?
Well, like digital downloads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a plaque for it last year. I was all excited.
That's pretty awesome.
It's hanging
man.
on my wall.
I mean, a million these days is huge. So
Yeah, it's songs, so it's not like it's not records, but it's individual song downloads. But still, you know, a million's a million. That's nothing to complain about. That's for sure.
right on, man. What do you think is the main thing about your music that people really dig, that draws them to it?
I think with a lot of our songs, I think whether you like it or not, it's going to get stuck in your head and it's going to stay there. It's basically just making songs that people are going to remember, whether they want to or they don't want to.
That's cool,
which is seems to be a lost art these days.
That's always good, man. I know back in the day when I played, someone that didn't know the music came to the show, as long as they went away singing it in their head, it was good for me.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Commend you, man.
Thank you.
So you guys are touring the War You Cannot Win?
Yeah, just came out 3 weeks ago.
So what's the funniest thing that's happened on tour so far?
It's funny. Nothing really. We've been out for a month. It's been just play the show and go to the next one. There's nothing been you know, Jason, our drummer, is completely drunk off his ass every night as usual, and comes in and yells at us at the end of the night because we're not fun enough for him. But other than that, that's extremely typical. So nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing funny, at least. You know, the hurricane wasn't funny, unfortunately. That sucked for a lot of people, but it's been your typical tour.
The shows have been pretty successful?
Yeah, great so far. Big places. A lot of theaters that I've never even seen before that I walk into them, I'm like, wow, huge. So good turnouts, nice places, good catering, except for today. Catering sucks today.
What was your favorite of where you've been this week?
What's that?
What's your favorite where you've been this month?
I would say the top shows right now would be Seattle, Columbus, Denver, and Utah.
Wow.
Worcester. There's been a lot of good ones. There's been very few bad ones.
How far are you guys into the tour? How many you have left?
We got it's the two. Because of the delays and the rescheduling, it turned into like it wasn't initially going to be 2 months, but now it's pretty much 2 months. So we're halfway through. So a month in with a month to go.
Cool. Where you playing next?
Tomorrow's a day off. We're going to Texas next, doing Austin, Dallas, and Houston.
Nice. Very cool.
So what's the future for All That Remains?
Hopefully just long and the same. Keep putting out records, keep touring, same stuff. Just keep making songs that hopefully people will remember and want to hear. Just do it as long as we can. We've already been, you know, the band's been a band for 14 years already, so we're just gonna keep pushing our luck.
Still based out of Boston?
We've been based out of Western Mass, so it's about an hour and a half west of Boston. So a lot of people think we're from Boston, but we're not. It's more Springfield.
Okay. Right on. Well, All That Remains.
Oh, just real quick, man, for people that don't know how to find your music, how can they locate something, listen, check it out for themselves?
Well, the CDs, which nobody buys anymore, are in Best Buy and Walmart and FYE and all that stuff. iTunes, obviously, you can get everything. You can always listen to snippets and certain songs. We have, All That Remains, Facebook / All That Remains, and there's allthatremainsonline.com, which is our official website. So, yeah, everywhere. And I'm sure people don't really need to know that because they're just going to go online somewhere and steal the shit anyways. So, you know where to find it and steal it.
Well, make sure you go out there, try not to steal it, check out the Facebook page, check out theregular.com. This is All That Remains.
Thanks, Mike, for being on the show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Safe travels.
Appreciate it. Thank
Very
you.
nice to meet you.
everybody, welcome back to Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. We're getting ready to jump into a Red Fang interview, and then right after that we're going to jump right into a Red Fang music video. The video is called
Prehistoric Dog. The drummer hurls like nobody you've ever seen before in your life.
Respect.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. We happen to have two very special guests with us, actually, and two more. Jon Russell's right over there, and our contest winner, Churro, is there also. And we have John Sherman, and we have David Sullivan from the great band Red Fang. 4 times in Europe this year. And Prehistoric Dog, dude, when you guys did that video, did you have any idea it was going to blow up sky high? 1,106,000 people viewed and loved that music.
Of course not, no idea. We didn't know, but we did know we had something good. I mean, when I saw the video, I was like, this is awesome.
It is.
I knew people would like it, but it's been great. It's been really good for us.
Well, let's give some props to your director, your film man.
Yeah, really the concept for all 3 of the videos, not just Prehistoric Dog, and
But Wires and Hank is Dead.
Hank is Dead, and he did a tour documentary, and he also created a music video for a song using live footage. Whitey McConaughey, he's the brains behind all that. He's amazing. He's a magician.
He is.
He's awesome.
But you know, the one thing I noticed since I work with a filmmaker is that when you guys were doing Wires and you were doing the cost deductions, you never included the director.
Oh yeah,
that's because he works for free.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do that video. You could probably buy a junky car and buy some stuff to smash into for $5,000. But if you want to actually film it and have a director, and we had a lot of crew and a lot of people helping out. So yeah, the cost in there doesn't include actually creating the video.
Exactly. Yeah, we know. But
what have the European tours been like for you guys?
Really good. Really, really good. Yeah, I don't know. I was overwhelmed by the response that we got in Europe the first time we went. I didn't know if anyone was going to know who we were. I knew no one would know who we were, but I was wrong.
You know,
because of the internet.
Look at Hellfest in 11. You know, there were people crowd surfing.
Yeah.
From what David was telling me, it looked like people for miles and miles.
People, man. Yeah. It was nuts. And that was our first tour over there, and it's just been getting better and better, which is why we've been over there so often.
Right.
Because why not?
Are you guys into the bigger venues now that you can feed off that energy, or do you guys like the smaller clubs?
No, like the last tour that we did was kind of 1/3 big festivals and then 2/3 smaller rock clubs. And I'd rather pack out a small club than have a big club be half full.
Right. You know? More energy that way.
Right. Totally. It just feels way better for everybody.
The band
for the crowd,
receives
for the
the
band.
energy too. Yeah.
I like having the festivals are fun, but there's 20 feet in between you and the crowd, and you're on this big stage.
Yeah.
And when you're playing in this small, sweaty club where it's just packed, and they're right there, and everyone's just sweating all over each other, it's pretty fucking awesome.
Energy.
I remember the first time I heard the applause from 15,000 people, and it just felt like I was plugged into a light socket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So you guys are going back to Europe for a 4th time this year?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right after we get back from this tour, we'll be home for, well, if we drive overnight from the last show, we'll be home Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we leave it on Monday. For Monday the 26th of November we go.
I think so
back
far
to
you guys end up in Germany, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. We start off in France for a few shows, and then we go do All Tomorrow's Parties in England. It's curated by Shellac this year. And then we'll do a BBC sessions while we're over there.
Awesome.
And do a bunch of UK dates, and then a few other mainland dates, maybe Germany, Belgium, Netherlands. Speedfest, is that Netherlands?
Yeah. Do you guys roll with the translator?
No, man. Luckily, everyone speaks English, almost everywhere.
So far, so
it's pretty easy. Yeah.
Wait till you go to Latvia. They don't speak English.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of the kids that come to the shows, at least, they grow up watching American movies and TV and stuff. So
yeah.
You guys have been together since 2005, right?
Yep.
Did you guys have any idea in 2005 that you guys would blow up the way you have?
No, I mean, I've been doing music, it's been in band since I was like 19, and just do it because I love it. You know, I'm not really ever trying to be famous or make money off of it or anything. And now that it's finally happening, it's awesome. But I would have kept doing it anyway. It's just kind of what we do. We just love to play music, and we've been doing it forever. But I did not think we would be where we're at right now.
When this bubble bursts, we'll keep doing it.
No, you do it until it bursts. Yeah, there you go.
No, keep.
I don't see it bursting for you guys. You guys have got such great music. I mean, there hasn't been one release where there's been what I consider to be a mediocre song. You know, it's like usually with artists, their releases have moments. With you guys, from beginning to end, my head hurts.
Thanks.
I'm moving so much. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good shredding groove metal sludge what you have happening here. If you guys were asked exactly how you would describe your sound to a new fan, what would you call it?
I would just say we're a heavy rock and roll band.
Yeah. Heavy rock and roll?
I wouldn't call us metal. I wouldn't call us stoner rock. I wouldn't call us sludge or doom or anything. But I don't care if anyone else does. You know, those terms mean something different to everybody. So, you know.
So you guys going to be writing some new material after Europe?
We've been writing a lot.
Ooh.
And
so you write from your experiences on the road then?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not really the road isn't, or maybe it will become more of an inspiration. It's not really an inspiration for the songwriting. And while we're on the road, most of the time, we don't have space or the time to actually write. But when we're at home, like we've been home for about a month and a half or something?
Almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months.
That's the longest time this whole year.
And we've focused on writing new stuff during that time. And after this tour, or after we get back from Europe after this tour, we're going to hunker down and focus on recording a new record. Hopefully have something, our target right now, we'll see if we meet it, is in March we'll have a finished record.
No.
But it won't come out.
We won't start recording until after March. We were supposed to start recording
in
April.
January, February,
hopefully
March.
by May we'll be finished.
Yeah.
And then if we're finished by May, hopefully it'll be out in September.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Sorry.
Or either that or shoot for Black Friday, the biggest selling day of the year for your release, and have a big
which month?
I don't know. That's when people trample each other at Walmart.
November. Yeah,
I don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah. You don't want to compete with Thanksgiving?
I don't want anyone to get trampled.
All right, so I want to thank you so much, John and David. You guys are an awesome band. Please keep up the great music. It's a real honor for us to have you guys on the show.
Our pleasure.
Cool.
And so, is there anything? Is there a little shout out you want to do to your fans out there? Just to let them know you love them.
See you tonight.
Yeah.
And tomorrow. And the day after that. And the day after that. And the day after that.
For the rest of your lives, it will be Red Fang Day. And there couldn't be a better day.
Make sure you check out Red Fang.
1, 2, 3, go.
Paul.
Call me Gorg.
Okay, Gorg, look, it's not about the hit points right now. I'm just trying to work on my swordsmanship.
You're totally OC, dude.
Sorry, look, this chainmail doesn't cover all of me. I have emotions still.
Hey! Gandalf, nice dress.
welcome back to Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell.
We're getting ready to go ahead and jump to a music video and an interview with the main man, Devin Townsend. Also, you might have known of Devin Townsend from the band called Strapping Young Lad.
And the name of the music video is Jular.
everybody, welcome to Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. We're here with the main man, Devin Townsend. Alright, Devin.
Go on, John.
So we're here in Phoenix, Arizona right now, and this is called the Kings and Idols, Epic Kings and Idols Tour.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about this tour?
Well, I guess we're 4 dates into it at this point, and you know, it's I was a little unsure of how the combination of acts was going to come across, because everybody definitely brings different vibe to the table, right? But it's ended up ultimately that it's provided the audience four very distinct things, and I think it's actually very entertaining. Stolen Babies are really a cool band, and Paradise Lost are sort of icons, right? And Catatonia have been doing this as long as I have, and have a very different aesthetic than what I do. It's professional jackass more than anything else, right? But the combination of it all gives a sort of a roller coaster thing that I think has been much more successful than I had expected.
How long have you been in music?
Oh God, I started playing when I was 5, right? I'm 40 now, so there's that. But in terms of professionally, I guess the first thing I did was a Steve Vai record when I was 18 or 19. So 20 some odd years now, I guess.
You have the new CD out right now. It's Epic Clouds.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Well, I think after Deconstruction and Ghost and these last 4 records that I had done, so much of that period of my musical life had been spent with self-analysis as the root of my themes and the writing. And I think that once those were finished, I realized that I was no longer interested as much in that sort of subject matter. I guess kind of getting over it was the whole point of those 4 records. And Epic Cloud, I guess, the new one is essentially saying, well, I'm over it. And here's what I feel like writing about now. In a way, it's an amendment to those past 4 records, but I thought that was going to be it. This is definitely a part of that Devin Townsend project still. And I guess the theme of Epic Cloud is about consciously trying to make something that's positive or uplifting, in the sense that I think the media and the world and everything right now is intent on scaring the shit out of all of us, right? And I think it takes extra effort, I know for myself, to kind of say, okay, well, I'm going to make a choice to fill my world with something other than that fear bullshit, right? And so Epic Cloud is very definite intention of making music that is heavy, but I guess has an element of hope to it. I don't know.
You started your own record label?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
How's that going?
Well, essentially it's just a name, right? It's not like a label, but I couldn't get arrested when we first started, so Sony in Japan said they would license my Ocean Machine record off me if I created my own label. So, we just incorporated the name Heavy Debbie Records. And
Heavy Debbie Records.
And so everything I've done essentially since then has been licensed from that. But it's not a label in the sense of we've got staff or warehouses and all this. It's just a name that allows me to kind of license my stuff.
The new CD, Epic Clouds, where is that available for people?
Well, I hope everywhere, but if my track record is to be consistent, then probably here and there. You can get it from DevinTownsend.com.
DevinTownsend.com.
HeavyDebbieRecords.com, which is HeavyDevy Records.com. Phonetics. It's a Canadian thing, I guess.
Yeah, you got on Facebook as well?
Probably. I've never been on Facebook. I was on Facebook once, and some dude from kindergarten contacted me, and I was just like, I do Twitter because, I think I'm pretty active on Twitter as well, because it's a way to, and it links to Facebook, and I know that the management company that we have right now, it's the same as Catatonia and Deaths and what have you, are very active in sort of keeping the people up to date on the Facebook stuff. But I prefer Twitter for my personal thing, because it allows me to maintain a more realistic relationship with people, as opposed to just perpetual announcements about what we have for sale and all that, right? I'm trying to pay my rent ultimately, but at the end of the day, I feel fortunate to be able to make music. So.
Pause for a second. I wanted to go into the ask me what you do outside of music.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll go in. So what do you do when you're not performing on tour?
Well, I'm a family guy, right? I've got a family, and as anybody who's got kids knows, it's a lot of work, right? So a lot of my time is spent with that, the responsibilities that come with that. For hobbies, I mean, I like woodworking things, you know, I like to make things, you know, shitty furniture and whatever, right? But I think more than anything, when I do have time, I like just to be quiet. Like, I was born and raised in Canada, spent a lot of time in LA and elsewhere, so I think my perspectives may be a little different, but I am Canadian, and Canada is essentially a huge landmass full of nothing, just a bunch of rednecks, right? I'm sorry for any of my fellow Canadians out there, come on guys, we're rednecks. But we're also passive-aggressive rednecks, so, you know, we only tell it to each other when the other people are out of the room. But I guess my point with this is there's a lot of forest, and there's a lot of mountain, and there's a lot of desert, and there's a lot of nature. And so when I'm not working, I like to find myself in those environments. I like nature a lot. And I think without that sort of wilderness thing, I don't know if I'd be able to do this, right? I'm not too much into, I mean, I like people a lot, actually, and I think that there's a lot of good things about humanity, right? It's just a good one-on-one, but when it comes to it, it wears me down a bit, so go fishing.
And also, Devin was in a group called Strapping Young Lad. Can you tell us about some of the time with Strapping Young Lad you enjoyed?
I started Strapping Young Lad directly after the Steve Vai project. I was probably 21, 22 when I started thinking about it. And I wrote the first two records, Heavy is a Really Heavy Thing and City, in my bedroom. And it was never, technically at the time, I never thought it was going to turn into any more than that. But I met up with Gene in LA and my good friends Finn and Byron, and we ended up sort of creating something that was, you know, I think pretty powerful, right? And we spent a decade doing it. And I found myself, after City, after the second record, it took a lot of effort for me to find inspiration and continue it, because what started very naturally with City specifically is the same way I feel about Epic Cloud or Key or Ghost. It's what I felt like doing at the time. It's always second nature. But then as it became, you know, more popular and the wheels started turning, I found I had to force myself to get into that frame of mind. And then after a while, what that required me to do was like more drugs and more drinking. And I just wasn't happy, right? Like I thought my life was really full of things that I found negative, right? And then we had kids, and when I quit drinking and all that, I decided that it's just not what I wanted for my life. But that's not necessarily to say that I don't appreciate the music or I'm not proud of it or regret it anyway. It's a huge part of my life, right? And I love it all. However, I was talking to somebody else about strapping, because now that I'm, you know, out and doing this Devin Townsend project thing, there's a lot of this whole like, well, strapping was the thing. That's what you should be doing and all this. And you know, I've calmly explained my position on why I'm not going to do it anytime. You know, because I'm not embarrassed about it. At the same time, I think it's interesting and sort of humorous, the sort of rose-colored glasses that people have about the past. They're like, oh, strapping was my favorite band. Dude, we played for like 20 people. We did Ozfest in 2006, 9 o'clock in the morning, to a bunch of people looking at us like we had two heads, right? Like, you know, I think it's like whatever you're not doing, it takes people a little while to recognize that it was cool. But strapping to me is no different than what I'm doing now. It's just, now I'm 40. Now I'm sober, now I got kids. I mean, anybody, you know, has said to me in the past, oh, well, you should get angry again. Like, what, you think I'm not fucking angry? Furious. My whole life is furious. We're all angry. I don't know anybody who isn't, but anybody who doesn't learn how to like sort of get that anger out in more productive ways as they get older, it's just going to find themselves in love with it. You know? So, but I love strapping all that. It's a big part of my life.
Yeah, big fan as well. All right, everybody. Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell, the Devin Townsend. We're gonna go ahead and jump to a new music video.
Hey, what's crackin'? This is Phil Dillman with Machine Head, and you're watching Music and Mayhem with Jon Russell. Check out Machine Head's got a new release, Machine fucking Head Live. Come see us on tour with Death Clock, alright?